Recently this petty revenge came up in conversation and I can't stop laughing, so I just have to share. Hopefully it will give you all a belly laugh. Strap in everyone, as this is a long one, but trust me, it's worth it. This all happened 30 years ago, so we'll start with some context. I had finished agricultural college and luckily got a dream job working for a very well-known horse yard. I knew that if I could work there for a few years I could walk into any job I fancied. The yard is owned by a very wealthy international businessman we shall call Philip. At the yard there was a single-story house for all the grooms to live in. So full of hope, I stuffed my car full of bits and bobs and I drove across the country to start my new job. On my first night I was warned to keep my bedroom door locked. Odd, I thought, but I locked it and went to sleep. I was awoken a couple of hours later by someone trying to open my door. I pretended to be asleep and whoever it was moved on to another door. The next day after we had finished our morning duties I decided to have a shower. I hadn't noticed before, but the window in the shower room wasn't opaque and the curtains when fully closed left a 10 centimeters gap right in the middle. Very strange indeed, especially as it was a single-story house. Being always prepared for everything, I went back to my room and got a couple of safety pins, pinned the curtains closed and had my shower. In our living room there was a large bird cage in which lived a beautiful parrot we shall call Sharon. She was sent to live with us from Philip's home because she could talk and would talk all night. Take note for later. I settled into the daily routine and became friends with my fellow grooms. I was slightly surprised by the high turnover of staff, but I was young. Locking my bedroom door at night and pinning the shower room curtains when needed. I was warned that the person trying to get into our bedrooms at night was Philip. If he got into a bedroom he would force himself onto that girl. Yuck. He would also look through the shower room window. Well, that explains the glass and curtains. Double yuck. The girls warned me that he would select one of us to move the muck trailer and help him unload it on the main muck heap. While there he will try it on, so just let him feel your boobs and that will keep him happy. Absolutely not. Roll on a few days and Philip asked if I could help him with something. Can I help him? To say he was not happy about this was an understatement. I decided that I didn't care about the job or the potential doors it could open in the future. I was not putting up with sort of behavior. But before I left I had a little petty revenge to sort out. Remember Sharon? Well, this is where she comes into her staring role. That talented beautiful parrot learned a brand new shiny phrase. Philip is a pervert. She picked it up really quickly too. I felt like a proud parent. I loaded my car up and drove off into the wide blue yonder without a backwards glance. Fast forward 30 years to a couple of weeks ago, I was catching up with an old friend from the horsey world. Amongst other things she brought up that she had been working with Philip and had been to the yard. I told her that I worked there when I first left college. I started laughing as I told her about teaching Sharon her new phrase. She nearly spat her coffee out laughing. She told me that Sharon is legendary. Everybody knows that she calls Philip a pervert. So that's my tale of very long-lasting petty revenge. I'm very proud of my 21-year-old self for standing my ground, knowing my self-worth and coming up with such good petty revenge. The biggest thank you will always go to Sharon for being a fast learner.